There is so much sports team apparel out there, and as someone who wants to understand what goes into making great merch design, I figured it'd be good to walk through the 10 styles of t-shirts I've been seeing most often that go beyond just slapping the team's primary logo on the chest. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to look at is just this idea of warped text. This is something you're going to see in all sorts of t-shirt designs, hoodie designs, merch designs everywhere. And you can see like this lower arch effect. We've got this curvature on the Seahawks in this top example. Chicago Blackhawks, you kind of got the full arch. This is a really, really common look. You can see in this Fear of God Essentials shirt, it just has the team name Warriors with a simple logo above and below it. And then you also have this Timberwolves example. You've got like the lower arch on this top text. You've got the upper arch cutting into the Timberwolves on the bottom text. And that creates different shapes and different ways you can display the other elements. So for example, when you have this arch, really just leaves this clean space for a logo below it. Same thing when you have this like lower arch, obviously the top forms this horizontal straight line, which you can use to house other text on top while keeping the logo underneath. So super common to see different styles of warped text. These are not the only styles you'll run into. And by the way, there's a very easy text effect to accomplish in Photoshop, in Adobe Illustrator, and probably most decent graphic design softwares have some way of warping text. Definitely a good effect to try out and works with all sorts of different fonts and different sizes too. Next up, we have the alternate logo approach. So I mentioned these are going beyond just the classic primary logo on the center of the chest. A lot of teams have a variety of logos, and some teams might make specific merch design logos for their team. So for example, this Timberwolves logo, normally they have the wolf head in a circle surrounded by text, kind of in a basketball shape. They have taken that concept and instead made the background the state of Minnesota. So you get people buying this type of shirt because they want to have some more state pride. Maybe the Minnesota element is more important than the team mascot, or they like how they play together. I like this Hornets example too. Fanatics did this whole series of logo designs where they've got this like X-ray feel. They've got basically a stroked version of the logo on the left side and then the full color version of the logo on the right. Again, this is the secondary logo, so it's like a little bit different already, but anytime you can sort of change up the logo and make it feel more like a merch design or more like a one-off thing versus just the logo that you see on all the uniforms and all the branding and everything, it just makes it feel a little bit more unique, a little bit different. Colors are another thing you can play with in this regard as well. And then there's this Niners example. I've seen this word mark used on various graphic, on various pieces of merch. I think it's what they use on at least like their dark jerseys. I feel like this kind of mimics a jersey feel, but obviously this is just a really strong word mark, very simple, but it's not that oval SF logo, so it just feels a little bit different than the team's usual branding. Next up, we have 3D text and logos. Now, Fanatics did a whole series. By the way, all these designs are from Fanatics. They are not sponsoring this video, but huge shout out to them. That's where I've done most of my merch design research, just because they have stuff for every sport in a very extensive catalog. But anyway, they did this whole series of like this sort of 3D NBA logo. I think they did it for other sports too, where it's got this like sort of glossy finish. It's not like so popping out, but it's got this like shine to it. So there's a ton of different 3D effects out there. I really like this NBA All-Star treatment. This is kind of like a glass, almost chrome type feel. You can maybe accomplish something similar in Photoshop, but this person probably used 3D modeling software like Cinema 4D or Blender. And then this Cavaliers 3D effect, this is more of like what I would call like a 2D 3D. It's basically like creating a big drop shadow and then connecting the lines so they fit the letters. But really nice look here. You've got like a gradient on the letters, big, dark, bold colors. And I think it works well with the text, works well with the logo. So if 3D text and logos is one extreme, I would say minimal text is the other. I feel like there's always going to be an audience out there for this type of shirt, whether it's a t-shirt or a hoodie or really any merch design where it's just very simple, text-driven, whether it's the team word mark or not. Maybe you just found like a cool, simple font that looks good when you stack the text. I can't remember if this is actually the Los Angeles Rams official word mark or if this is just a text treatment the designer did. Broncos, I think this might be the team word mark, but again, just the word is kind of all you need. Los Angeles, the Kings have added in this little logo below it, but overall, very minimalist vibe with this type of design. Solid color shirt, you pick a color for the text and call it a day. Next category I have is this team slogan category, or it could even be like a city slogan or really anything associated with the city or state, I would say. This type of design gives you something different other than the team name as far as text you can play with. If you look up in the top left, you've got 12 as 1 for the Seahawks, good, better, best for the Bears, prepare for battle, BATL, I like that for the Braves, and then of course Steel City for Pittsburgh and the Penguins. From a design standpoint, obviously you don't have to go too extreme with this, like you kind of let the slogan be the main selling point of the shirt. 12 as 1, just very simple stacked text, same thing with good, better, best. So we've got stacked text in all of these. Really the Braves one is the most like graphic heavy. Next up is this cartoon or illustrated style. Now this can vary between specific characters or mascots. You've got like the Cardinal for the St. Louis Cardinals. You got this random basketball retro looking logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think there was a whole series from some brand that had this little mascot kind of taking over different basketball teams. You can have like a illustrated player, this White Sox example. You can also have like a fun kind of stylized illustrated version of the logo. You know, this is taking the lightning logo and really expanding it out with like this burst of little lightning bolts. A lot of different directions you can go with a more cartoon or illustrated style. Obviously the biggest barrier to this style is just having someone that can illustrate effectively and having the resources to create these types of designs. As a non-illustrator myself, it's way easier to like drag in photos and create a photo collage, which we'll get into later. But if you do have access to an illustrator, or if you're an illustrator, I do think it's a very effective, fun style. Next one we're gonna look at is this vintage distressed look. Now, this distressed look, you can see it's kind of got this like speckled, kind of worn vibe. Now, this is baked directly into the design. Gives it the feel of this much older t-shirt that is kind of worn out over time. I think this look is very popular and effective when it comes to vintage style, especially when you pair it with like this throwback color vibe of this Houston Astros shirt. I think the Sharks do a good job here too of just making the overall design feel like a more throwback style, and then adding the distressed texture on top of that to really drive that point home. Like it wouldn't look nearly as good if you had like a very modern looking design and then had the distressed texture. It kind of has to go with the overall vibe. The next style, I didn't really know what to call this one, but it's this idea of incorporating a very sports specific element into the design. So with football, you've got a football helmet. You also got this cool like abstract football of this Titans shirt. With hockey, obviously a hockey helmet works well. You see hockey sticks in some of the designs we've looked at already. I really like this NBA example. You could see like the way they do the circle and the dotted circle that mimics a basketball court. So immediately, even without thinking too much, you see that and you think basketball. I think it's cool to have an element that's instantly identifiable with the sport that the team is representing. As someone who designs a lot of Ultimate Frisbee graphics, I've definitely considered using the Frisbee in a lot more designs. So I encourage you to think of examples of the equipment specific to your sport, of the field. Maybe there's a certain element of the play style that feels very sports specific, but this idea of connecting the design to the sport and not just the design to the team name or to the team in general, I think is a strong one. Almost at the end here, we've got our player specific category. Now, I would say most common in the player category is this kind of vintage bootleg tee vibe, almost like a wrestler tee traditionally, where you've got like the big bold text, often like overly stylized. You've got like these lightning bolts overlaid. You've got some sort of collage of the player. You've got the player's signature. It's a lot, and it fits really well in like a nice little rectangle, so I think these collages are very effective. But you can also have player tees that are just one single cutout or one single photo. Obviously, we have this Iceman image with Caleb. Another thing this does so well is it commemorates like a specific moment. You know, Caleb doing that Iceman celebration really fits well with this t-shirt, so in addition to being player-centric, it's like player moment-centric, which I think is something to consider as well. And then you could also kind of go the route of just like some sort of interesting stylization of a good photo. You see that in these bottom two examples with just simple text or logos complementing the rest of these compositions. Last category we're gonna look at is this idea of a big collage. Now I saw this on the Super Bowl shirts this year. You've got like the 3D text on top and bottom, looks really good. You've got a bunch of different elements. You've got Lombardi Trophy, you've got the Seahawks logo, you've got the Super Bowl logo, you've got Super Bowl text. It's this collection of elements that all work together because, again, similar to that player example we looked at, everything fits very nicely in a neat rectangle. If you were to just draw a rectangular box around this, and you'd see the same in all of these effective examples. The same thing with the Seahawks player cluster, more player oriented, but also combines the slogan in there as well as the arched warped text we looked at before. These two examples on the left, I think this Minnesota Wild one experiments with some really fun, wacky elements. Like you've got this really weird text distortion on the top. You've got like the white drop shadow. You've got a lot of overlays with the hockey sticks kind of fading into the background. It's like a little bit disjointed and all over the place, but I think just because of the colors and again, the overall shape of the composition, you can see that rectangle-ish shape, it works. But I think the best one of this group is this Lakers example, and it's because it's got the most cohesiveness. You've got overlapping elements. Everything looks balanced in addition to being like a very clean looking rectangle. You have the colors kind of bleeding into each other. You have the elements overlapping, but not getting in the way of the readability of anything. You could see everything clearly has these outlines to keep it popping and keeping it contrasted with all of the other elements around it. The Minnesota one, like some of these elements get a little lost, like this Minnesota text and Wild kind of fading into the green background. Maybe not the best contrast, but I really like this Lakers one a lot. I think it does a great job. You get the nice distressed texture as well for this cool kind of script, bold vintage look. So those are the 10 different styles we're going to look at today. Now there is an infinite amount of t-shirt design styles out there. I just kind of picked these 10 categories somewhat arbitrarily. I've been doing a deep dive recently, just looking into different merch design styles and seeing what I can take away and how I can apply it to different sports. But honestly, I'm still fairly new to all this research. So if you have any specific designs that you want to see me create in Photoshop or designs you want me to break down, let me know. I'm really happy to look at anything. I also want to get a better idea of like what designs people actually want to wear and what makes like a really wearable, cool sports design, whether it's team related or otherwise. I've been looking at top sellers from these different websites that have t-shirts and hoodie designs. I think that's been somewhat informative, but I really want to hear from you. So please leave a comment. Let me know what is your favorite sports team shirt that you currently own, any designs that you like that draw your attention, anything from this video that drew your attention too. It could be a design that you want to go on Fanatics right now and purchase yourself. That's super helpful for me to know. Just want to help guide my own research and guide what videos I make in the future for you all to be most helpful. Thanks as always for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.